So while I was recording this video, there were a lot of sirens and crap like that in the background. I talked through all of it because it was hot as hell outside and I'm a fucking boss. You should be able to still understand me though. So yeah, I hope you get something out of the video. I graduated from high school in 2013. I was a nerd, didn't really have too many friends. I used to get bullied a lot. Felt really alienated by everybody else around me. And I had a few friends, but I never really felt super connected to them. Most people don't know this about me, but I'm actually a Gates Millennium Scholar. It's this crazy big scholarship that Bill and Melinda Gates, they started it to give African American students a chance to go to college, and it's a really great scholarship because I got to go to undergrad essentially with no student debt. And I remember I was the only person in my high school to get it, and it's a really big deal because, like I said, they pay the whole way through, no matter how expensive it is. And I remember telling my guidance counselor, and they were so excited for me. My teachers were so excited for me. When I look back on it, it was really a really defining moment of my life because I always told myself if I didn't have my college paid off, I wouldn't go. I was like, student debt, I'm not trying to accrue that. So I got it, and I remember before graduation, we had this big ceremony, and kids were being honored. You know, this person had honor roll, this person made principal's honor roll, this was the student council president, this person did this and that. And I remember at the last time before they let everybody go, they said, we want to give an announcement to a special student, Young Veli, which I wasn't called that, but you know, this kid got a full ride anywhere he wants. And I remember it was the first moment of my life where everybody in the room was kind of focused on me, and everybody stood up to give me this huge crazy applause, and like parents were taking pictures of me, kids that I never even fucked with, girls were taking pictures with me. People was like, this is amazing. Like, and at the time I didn't realize how amazing me getting that opportunity was and how much that meant for people. But I just remember in that moment feeling like I don't want to be here anymore. And by I don't want to be here anymore, feeling like I wish I was dead. And I remember I put that feeling aside. I said, you know, maybe it's just a lot of attention that you've never gotten before. Maybe you don't know how to deal with this. But that feeling never left me. It kind of stayed as I went through college. And even now, I'm well into my adult life, and it's persisted. It's only gotten worse. I'm pretty sure you could tell by the title of this video if I haven't titled it explicitly, but I'm pretty depressed right now. And I wasn't always feeling like I feel now, but at the same time, I think now is the time where I realized I had to do something about it once and for all and take decisive steps to not be like that anymore. At the end of 2019, I came out of a 3-year relationship. It had its ups, it had its downs. But it was my first serious relationship, and it taught me a lot about myself, taught me a lot about my ability to interact with other people, and it taught me a lot about different preconceived notions I had coming up that, I don't know, that affected the way how I connect with others. When we broke up, I really didn't know what to do with myself. You know, I moved to New York, and she was really the only person I hung out with when I was in New York. So I didn't really know what to do with myself. I mean, I feel like this goes without saying, and a lot of you have struggled with this too, but the isolation just leaves you alone with those toxic thoughts. And next thing you know, back in March, actually, I had another really bad breakup. Now, I won't get into that. Maybe that'll be for another video. But that breakup really showed me a lot about myself. It really showed me that I don't have self-compassion. I don't have self-love. That I am a really depressed person, and that I project a lot onto people to make up for what I feel like I lack, if that makes sense. When the year started, I had so many different ideas for this channel. I had so many different ideas for what I want to do on YouTube, so many different ideas for what I wanted to do for my life. But depression just took a hold, and just, you know, some days it's difficult for me to say, you know, is anything even worth it? Why am I even wasting my time doing this stuff? I don't know. I just been wanting to make this video for a while. You know, I always run across people who tell me, like, you know, you should post to your YouTube more. Like you should do this more. You should put yourself out there more. And I feel like the depression has inhibited me from doing that for so long. You know, I just started seeing a therapist for a few weeks since March. It's been really helping me out. Really been able to help me, you know, think about my thoughts and express myself differently. And I think I'm ready to put myself out there. You know, the world's opening back up. Things are getting hotter. I'm starting to feel a little bit better, and I'm starting to realize I'm starting to spend a lot more time by myself. I'm starting to learn myself more. I'm starting to, it's a plane going overhead, but I'm still gonna talk. I'm starting to learn my triggers. I'm starting to learn that a lot of what I tell myself, a lot of the way I feel, a lot of the stuff that's happened in my life, just like how a lot of you, a lot of the stuff that's happened, it's in the past, and we're left with the present. And that doesn't mean that we should move on and forget about what happened, but it just means that we need to think about what happened in the past in a way that helps us in the present and in the future. So I've been wanting to make this video for a while, but I guess I decided to make it today just because I finally feel like I'm at a place where I'm developing some more self-compassion. I'm developing some more self-love. I'm giving myself credit when it's due. The way how I feel some days, you know, of not wanting to be here. Everything is temporary. Everything around is temporary. Why do something that permanent? And permanent in the sense of like, once you do that, there's no going back. You can't even fix that. You're in a different reality after that point. My sleep schedule's been really off because taking sleeping pills to help me go to sleep at night for a long time. So I'm trying to get that back on track, but it's been a struggle. But I don't know. I guess I wanted to make this video to explain why I haven't really been posting, especially like funny shit, because what the fuck is there really to laugh at nowadays? Like we had a pandemic that forced a lot of us, I know me, into isolation when I already felt like, you know, isolation was the last thing I needed. Conflicts all around the place. The country's more divided than fucking ever. And it's like, what is there to laugh about? You know, like why do I need to be funny? Why do I need to make My Hero Academia
like I know people
reaction videos? Like
skinny and useless now, but
is there something more I need to be doing? Is there something more that I should be doing? Is there something more that people want me to do? Is there something more that I can do for myself? Like, I don't know. I just feel a lot better. I'm in a better place than I was, because March, I did not want to be here anymore. I was just so hurt. And it wasn't even the fact of like the breakup that got me as much as it was what the breakup showed me. And all of that was just too, it made me think I was somebody not worthy of redemption. It made me think I was somebody not worthy of life. But I feel better now. I feel like the pandemic isolation makes it easy to think that you're alone in whatever you're going through, and chances are you're not. It just feels that way because nobody else is around you in your immediate day-to-day. But I don't know. This year's just been a hard year with the isolation. It's made a lot of things worse, you know? And props to people that thrived in it, but not everybody did. So, you know, I mean, I guess the things that have helped me are getting off social media, getting off hookup apps, you know, trying to take walks every day, even if I'm not talking to somebody, even if I'm by myself, and just enjoying where you're at in the present. Like, I wish I could show you. I'm in this wonderful, you know, my living situation, I don't really fuck with it, and I want to move out as soon as when I can. I'm sitting on my roof right now, and it's like I can see this beautiful view of New York from where I am. And it's like sometimes it's difficult to live in the present when you're always coveting for something in the future, and at the same time criticizing yourself too harshly for the past. So sometimes, you know, I feel like a lot of it is just being mindful of where you're at right now, and realizing that it's not temporary, that it can change tomorrow, it can change the day after, it can change next year. Anything can happen. Depression is real, mental illness is real. The longer you put off treatment for it, the worse it gets. And regardless of if you think you can do it alone or if you are doing it alone, just know that you are not alone. So if you do want help, reach out. Even if you need somebody to listen, I'm here, I'll listen. Even if you don't have anybody else. So, and practice self-compassion and practice self-love, because you're a human just like everybody else. I think it's easy to forget that humans are imperfect just because the internet makes us think that shit should be perfect. So be patient with yourself and give yourself time to grow. But with that, I'm gonna go inside. I've done sweated a bucket. Like literally, it's a bucket beneath me. I could probably drink the sweat. To the bitch that broke my heart, I hope the nigga that you with gets you pregnant and then walks out.
You can't handle the truth!